and take it away, Alex.
All right, good morning, everybody. So I am Alexandra Smith, and I am a graduate research assistant and graduate student at the University of South Florida in Tampa, Florida. And this is my tumbleweeded journey into biotechnology. So next slide, please. So after high school, I immediately went to Flagler College, actually, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It was my first year. My dorm mate actually really struggled with some mental health issues. She was ultimately diagnosed bipolar. So that had a really pretty big, profound effect on where I was headed in the future. So I transferred from Flagler College to the University of South Florida, where I got a bachelor's degree in psychology and behavioral healthcare, actually. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do after I got that bachelor's degree. I was unsure about graduate school, didn't really want to pursue anything in social work. So I got a job in the service industry, and I actually started working at a restaurant, and the bar manager gave us a tour of a brewery called the Cigar City Brewery here in Tampa. It's pretty famous, where I learned about kind of yeast fermentation, and it was like a little bit of my gateway into biotechnology. So next slide, please. So I didn't really know, being a kind of non-traditional student, kind of in between. I had a bachelor's degree, so I didn't really know how to pursue this interest in biotechnology. So I found the biotechnology specialist certification program, just kind of by scrolling online at HCC, and learned a bunch of valuable skills that I still use today, like culturing, PCR. I got a lot of opportunities, I got some opportunities to present at symposiums and kind of work on public speaking. That was really important. I didn't really get that aspect in the university level. It was a much bigger atmosphere. And then I started, and then I learned how to do some plant and mushroom tissue culturing, and I really took a shine to the environmental side of biotechnology. And my mentor at HCC, Val, was super supportive and pushed me into applying to an internship at NASA Kennedy Space Center, actually learning how to grow plants in space. So although I didn't get that internship, I did receive another one at NASA's Kennedy Space Center. Next slide, please. And this one was, so the title is big and fancy. The project overall is called Bioreactor Water Purification for Long Duration Space Travel. I interned here for 2 semesters, so almost a year. So NASA offers a lot more than just how to get into space. There's this whole other subsector called environmental control and life support systems, which essentially is how do we keep the astronauts alive? And a big component of that is how do we recycle their waste? So this particular project that I worked on was researching on how an algae species called Chlorella sorokiniana could treat the astronauts' wastewater. So by assimilating kind of like the constituents that are found in wastewater. So I worked on a photomembrane bioreactor, which is this like fun green tube down here, and learned essentially how to recycle through biological means. So integrating really technology and biology. So next slide, please. So now currently, I met my advisor at NASA at the Kennedy Space Center. He was a co-PI on the project. So he was the part of like, kind of like my second boss. And so he was actually, and still is, a professor at the University of South Florida. And he offered me a graduate research assistantship. And what that is he pays, the project as a whole pays for my graduate tuition and provides me with a stipend to work in the lab on the project, on a different portion of the project that I worked on at the Kennedy Space Center. So my duties include running the bioreactor, which is in like this picture on the most left-hand side, and recycling astronauts. It's actually dogs' waste right now because astronauts' fecal waste is pretty hard to get. So I recycle fecal waste, and through means of resource recovery, use the bioreactor effluent or liquid to grow plants on. So that's kind of my main duty. And then overall, like kind of some things that are included. I collected data. I present at conferences about the research that we do. I provide a lot of mentorship as a graduate student to any undergraduate students who are interested in kind of like pursuing the same research. And we also host and collaborate with a lot of researchers around the world. So Cyril came over from Montpellier, France, to look at the water quality that we produce with the bioreactor to grow fish in space, actually. So lots of collaboration. And so ultimately, like the goal with all of this is to earn my master's and PhD and then enter the workforce that way. And then I also put my email down there if anybody has any questions about the research particularly. And that's that.